So to start, what we're going to do is double crochet, and we're going to do our first chain. So we're going to do 3. We always double crochet 3 or chain 3 when we double crochet. So chaining up 3, and now we want to put 1 double crochet into the very next stitch on the line. And so this is creating that gap that I was just explaining earlier. So just double crochet. So now we're ready to do a ripple. So what I want you to pay attention to see these posts here, 1 and 2 here. What we need to do is we look at this one. Well, this post matches that post, and that post matches this one. So obviously the third one in on this one is where we're going to start doing our ripple. So in order to do a ripple, it's triple crochet. So wrap and wrap, and what we want to do is you can just use your index finger to push out that stitch, or just jam in your hook in behind it, and it's the post. So you're just going to grab the material, pulling it through, pull through 2, 2, and 2. This is the same thing as the front post double crochet. So, but we're actually triple crocheting in this aspect. So now that you've gone over, so you've got 1, 2, and you've just grabbed down this one, you're going to actually leave a jump or a gap in behind on the chain, because you need to do that because that ripple substituted for doing that if you were to do a double crochet along the line. So we want to just double crochet ourselves, jumping 1 over. So now the next one is a ripple effect. So every other one is a ripple, every other one is a double crochet. So this here is where we just rippled onto this post. So the next one we want to leave empty, so we want to go to the next one over. So wrap and wrap, and going in, pulling it through, and so you have 3 on or 4 on your hook, pull through 2, 2, and 2, and just like before, you're looking at the line in behind, and you'll get used to this really quick, is that you're just going to leave one gap and then just double crochet over to the second one over, because that ripple is compensating for one, and you can really see that it's filling it in. So wrap and wrap, going in. So do this all the way across the line. We'll meet back up like we always do on our projects, and we'll just do a recap, and then we'll go up to our next line. So this next one is a double crochet in. And so we're coming up to the end, and it looks like we have 2 posts left here. And remember how we chained up 1 here and then we just did a double crochet? Well, this leaving of the 2 posts would be the same thing. So we just want to double crochet ourselves into the final 2 of this particular line. And because you are doing the 1, 2 set like I showed you, it shouldn't be difficult in order to find that. So what we want to do now is just start to chain up. Now if you want to look in behind this, you can really tell where you've jumped over that chain and where you have not. Like that is where you grabbed onto the chain, and then if you take out your hook, you can actually slip your stitch down. Do you see that? There's a gap, and that's where you were reaching down for your ripple. So you can see on the behind the scenes that you're actually jumping over every other. So what we want to do now is just turn our material, and this is always going to be the same no matter what line you do. We're just going to chain up 1, and we're just going to go into the very first stitch that you can see, the very first in. And what we want to do is single crochet ourselves all the way across this line. Now if you were to change color on this particular project, instead of just using the marble yarn that you see in the background, you will always change your color in this line here. So before you started your single crochet, you would have changed your color at this point, because the single crochet is what is lying in behind the actual ripples on the project. So this is exactly where you want to do it. I've tried changing colors on using the ripples itself, but because the background isn't blending very well, it doesn't look the smartest when you do that. So it's better to have the color transition here in the single crochet than it is to wait for the ripple. So single crochet yourselves all the way across your project, and well, it looks like I'm already at the end while I was explaining that to you. So what we want to do is now just look at it, turn it, and now you have your ripples and you have your single crochet, and now we're going to double crochet and triple crochet ourselves. So now you're looking at this project, and now you have the ripples that have started, and you both have a gap, and you'll notice now that you have 2 posts on this side of this ripple, and then on this side here's the ripple, and then you have 2 posts on this side. So that's actually perfect. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to do our rippling, but we're actually going to ripple now onto the double crochet post that you found. So this is the triple, and so basically what you're going to be doing is that you're going to be chaining up. So let's begin. So you're going to chain up 3, so 1, 2, and 3. So that counts as a double crochet. And so now you're going to reach down and grab this post. Now this post is the double crochet, and then you had your layer of single crochet. So we're going to wrap and triple crochet ourselves into that first post. Okay, and now when you look back at it, you're going to be now skipping one like you did before, okay, and then just double crocheting yourself into the line. So it's just exactly how you did it before. And now basically what you're doing is you're putting the ripples in between the actual stitches of where you were doing it last time. So wrap and wrap. So it's very easy to tell. You rippled here, so this is obviously the next one is the one sitting further back in your material. Okay, so then you look at the line, skip one, and just double crochet ourselves. And again, that actually becomes really easy to look at. And now you can already start seeing the material starting to bend up. So really do carefully think about putting a pattern or a border around your crochet project in order to keep the edges from folding up on you. I found that with the scarf that I've done as well. I didn't realize that this pattern would do that. So it's kind of disappointing when you do a scarf and you see it's rolling up like a scroll. So continue along that, and we'll get back started on the next line. And basically we're just now repeating everything that you've already done. So now you're coming up to the end of this project, so you can see where you've left your 2 gaps like I talked about already over here. And so basically when you're coming back across this line, you want to make sure that you go to the second last post before the end of your project, so that your ripple is after this bottom one here. So you see. So I guess one line you're going to leave a nice little gap in between it, and then this line that you will repeat eventually again. You'll be moving the ripple more closer to the edge. So it's like the ripples are working in and out. So all you have to do now is just turn your project and chain up 1 and just single crochet yourselves back across this line. So on this project really you got a really easy line of single crochet, and then the other line's a little more labor intensive, but overall I think this project's actually pretty quick. Because there is a rippling effect, you'll find that this material is actually really thick, and it creates probably a nice warm blanket. We've had several viewers do this kind of stitch before and create really magical pieces of work. American flags they've done. Don't ask me for the pattern, I don't know where it is, and I've never done it, but there's been a really truly amazing work using the ripple stitch. Okay, so we just finished the single crochet, so we're just going to turn it again. So you see the ripple is coming out, and now this is the one again where we chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we just double crochet ourselves into the next line. So do you see the difference of what you did before? Last time you started your ripple right away here, but in this case you want to leave the gap like you did over here, so you just want to continue that. So just wrap and wrap, and now you're going to ripple in between the other 2 ripples that are below on the line below. So this is what's creating the effect. So basically you're now starting to see a repeat of the pattern, and this is actually a really brilliant pattern. I really do like this, and good luck and enjoy this another free tutorial from AllFreeCrochet and Mikey's Mail.